the only thing I hate about when I it seems like when I stream, uh, dang, hold on, I wonder where my charger went. When I stream, I be having to like basically shit be hooked up to the charger, so that's a little annoying. Child, hold on, let me. I don't even see my charger. Ugh. Anyway, hey, poop stars. It's your girl, Sherry Day. Child, I want to welcome everybody back to my channel. Shout out to y'all. Pull up. Pull up on me. Scoot up. To my party, to my party, to my party. I do not see my charger. That's going to irritate me because I'm going to need that today. Anyway. Hold on, y'all. Stomach tripping. Hungry. I don't know. I'm hungry. I already had a little something. Oh, that my charger is. Something just ain't alright. Oh, yeah. You know when it just ain't alright. Child, why I see somebody say that? I saw somebody say that. I said, okay. They done been over here. I said, yeah. So shout out to that. I said, you really done been over here. Okay, you a pooper star. So shout out to that. I thought that was so funny though. Yeah, being so inspirational. I actually took it I took it good this time. Yeah. So shout out to that. You know, honestly, I don't really mind when people swagger jack me, like, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. I don't really care when people steal my stuff. I don't. You know, I think dang, I forgot I wanted to water the grass, water this grass real quick. Cause it's been hot, y'all. That is no, it's not funny. It's been hot. Like real hot. So anyway, I really that's something I need to do this evening though. So shout out to that. I'll do it this evening. I had to put that on my list of shit to do. But anyway. Damn, what was I telling y'all about? Okay, yeah. See, okay. So I feel like it only really bothers me when people like, excuse me, try to make a coin off of it. Does that make sense? Yes, y'all, for real. Like for instance, I had saw that Funny Mike's baby mama Jalea. She had did something like she had used Insta for me for something, and like she was trying to like she was gonna use it for her lip gloss or something like that, and I instantly got annoyed. I instantly got irritated. I don't really mind people stealing my stuff, but once you steal it and then you try to make a bag, oh, how dare you? You know, now you're doing too much. That's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But, you know, when I think about it, people aren't just gonna take something and something worth value, right? And sit on their hands with it. You know what I'm saying? I would say that. So it is what it is. Not to mention, like, I guess when they steal it, they already be like, oh, I'm gonna use that. You know what I'm saying? As a bar or whatever. So it is what it is. But I definitely need to get into today's topics. At the podium, at the podium, at the podium. Y'all school up. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I really don't. Today I'm just gonna go with the flow. Okay. So how about that? Let me just go with the flow. I like that. I think about taking my bun down. It's not tight, but I still want to take it down. Another thing too, I've been trying to do me a loose bun. I ain't got that down yet. I want to do a loose bun. Remember, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you definitely used to see them way more than you see them now. But back in the day, people used to put these loose buns in their head. I like that. You know, like the hair be like, it's real loose. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know how the hair could be real slick and in a bun? No, it's not like that. It's loosely put up, so it's kind of puffy. You know what I'm saying? Real, not, it's not really kind of puffy to do. It be having a lot of puff to it. And then it got a bun on top. I want to do my hair like that. Hopefully I'll get it down pat because next week I'm gonna switch it up. Probably put a unit on or something like that. So I don't know. But I got the rest of the week. So shout out to that. I got the rest of the week to figure out the loose bun thing. But anyway, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, y'all. So shout out to that. But hopefully we just, you know what I'm saying, I get up in here and knock these topics down. Cause like what do I want to talk about with y'all today? Let me see. I ain't been blogging. Maybe I'll blog a little bit today. I don't know. I blog when I feel like when the spirit moves me to do so. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. But anyway, I'm trying to think about what I was trying to talk about. Comments are off. I'm gonna open up the chat in a little bit. W's chat. Y'all jump in my comments. Let me know what y'all think about what I'm saying. But anyway, um, oh, child, that was annoying. What was I telling y'all? Oh, man. Oh, it's just something about getting their hair down. Like, yes, I love it. I do. I really, really love it. Um, like I was listening to this girl talk, and she was basically saying, she rocks her natural hair, you know what I'm saying? And she was talking about the reasons why she liked to. And one of the reasons why she said she liked to is just like, you know what I'm saying, taking it down at the end of the day. And I'm like, oh, yes, God. Because when I rock my bun, I take it down several times a day. Actually, it depends. But see, y'all heard me say I want to do a loose bun, and that's why. That's why, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel the tension on my head. I don't want to have to feel like I got to constantly take my hair down. You know what I'm saying? Put it up and down. But yes, baby, I just took my bun down, and it feels so amazing. Ooh, 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 ooh. If only I had a masseuse right now, just massage my head. Oh, Lord, yes, God. But anyway, hold on, y'all. Make sure y'all scoot up and hit the damn like. It's your girl Sherry D, and I'm in the building. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, real quick. I'll be right back. Let me get my handy dandy notes together. You know how you can ask somebody to do something? Ask somebody to do something and they don't do it. It's just so like a disappointing experience, to say the least. It is what it is. Uh, this is crazy. That's crazy. Shout out to that. Okay. I be doing so much. I don't make no sense. Just look. I'm just looking at a lot of shit I had going on. All right. So, shout out to everybody who caught my podcast earlier this morning. If you didn't, go back. Okay, go back and check that out. Hold on. I get my handy dandy notes together. But yeah, so I was, like I said, let me talk about it, Kane. Let me get back to what I was saying about it, Kane. Hold on. Oh, I know, y'all. Wait. I'll get my handy dandy notes together. What else is going on? Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I got everything. All right. All right. Okay, y'all. So anyway, like I was saying, as far as E-Kane goes, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to E-Kane. Like I was telling y'all, word on the curb is, CPS might have removed E-Kane's kids. Allegedly. That's what they saying. Honestly, when I look at E-Kane's content, I feel a couple of ways about it. It is what it is. Truth is, I feel a couple of ways. Let's talk about, first things first. I find E-Kane to be very entertaining. Okay, so it is what it is. So because y'all know I'm not on TikTok. I'm not a TikTok person. Seemed like I started one time, so I have one, but I don't have access to it. No shit like that. So wait, I'm not on TikTok, y'all. Y'all know that, okay? But with that being said, though, I still, E-Kane still made it all the way to hell where I'm at, okay? So this is what it is. In other words, I can see how she came up. I could definitely see how she came up because personally, you know what I'm saying, I do find E-Kane to be hold on, y'all. I found her to be entertaining. shout out to her. And now anyway, hold on. What am I looking for? Oh, already got the crackers. I'm gonna have me a little snack real quick. I think she's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? First things first, off the rip. But then, as I start seeing more and more of her content, I started saying, I told y'all, I said it. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't that much shit I don't tell y'all. When it comes to stuff like this, topics and how I feel about it. I told y'all off the rip. I was like, well, I just pray that the content is scripted, okay? Something just popped up in my mind. It's funny, but yeah, period. Because a lot of stuff that E-Kane does, you just can't. You really can't do like that, So I was hoping that her stuff was scripted, but if the kids got taken, which is allegedly, because you never know, I still see a lot of people that be on TikTok that are still confused and don't know if the kids are really taken. And then I seen a video of her little baby. So I didn't know if that's old or they just removed the bigger kids and left the baby. No clue. Um, um, but y'all know what though? Sadly though, and this is, it's sad for the children, but it's not a overall, the saddest thing because it came to me, looks a little relieved. You know what I'm saying? Like, she looked like, and this is seemingly, cause I'm not in her mind. I don't know what she's thinking, but she looks like she needed the opportunity to be able to get her stuff together, And this is what it is. And life, sometimes people need that. It just depends on the person, the circumstance, and the life, the lifestyle of the person. But Sometimes you can go through things and have your children with you. Or sometimes you can go through things and you and your children have to be separated for a little while, you know? Um, Now, in a perfect world, that wouldn't happen, but the world's not perfect, you know? So it is what it is. And personally, it seems like that just might have been what Ekane needed, you know? Because honestly, if I'm being real, she seems like she's going through something. Um, and it seems like she just wants to be on live and go through it. You know? It just is what it is. So, hey, Gusto, it's your girl, Shay Renee. If you just now tuning in, we're just getting started. Somebody changed this morning. I would say, if her mother does really have her kids, a blessing. Okay, shout out to that. Shout out to her mama Dukes. I know that's right. Listen, in my personal opinion, a grandparent should always be prepared, you know? That don't mean that, you know, you raise your kids in hopes that they'll be fine. You know, they'll do it just, you know, just like you did, but not, you know, but better, so to speak, you know? And that's most parents' hopes, but honestly, I feel like as a grandparent, you know, you got to be ready. It is what it is. If your number or your name gets called up on, it is what it is. Hell, I'll take it a step further. In my personal opinion, CPS shouldn't have had to been called for a grandparent to step it up, you know? But I will say this. I could see how, you know, I could see how, um, I could see how a parent, could be like, Mama, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? I got this. You know, but if I need you, I'll call you. You know, and I can see how a parent can kind of like, you know, just kind of keep their eyes on the situation, so to speak. Um, yeah, you know, just like be tuned in, but you know, also letting a child, you know, be an adult and be a parent and figure it all out. You know, especially because with the Kane situation, yeah, there was a lot of fighting and allegedly, and there was a lot of abuse allegedly and stuff like that going on in her house, but with her situation, I'm hearing that she, you know, pulled out she had with her situation, I heard it was something about like something with a pew pew. You see? So like that's like it's hard to explain, but like that's nothing that her mother or I don't know if her father's around. But like that's something that you know, her parents kind of really didn't have a lot of control over, you know, like, in other words, I could see if she kept doing certain stuff with the pew pew before CPS stepped in and took the kids, but that's not the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just been a whole lot of other stuff, you know, and I guess, you know, the pew pew was the last, you know, the last straw, which, you know, allegedly, you know, got the kids removed, but uh honestly though, you know, EK has my thoughts. You know, she does. Because at the end of the day, I feel like she's just a young woman going through things. You know what I'm saying? Going through something. And, you know, I honestly, I think to be going through it publicly just amplifies it. Does that make sense? Try, yeah, for real. It do. To me, because let's be real. If EK didn't have no audience, she probably would have been and found her something else to do. Sure. Something positive. At that, you know. I think the audience tends to keep it going and you know, honestly, it's sad, but it also seems like it's a part of her content now. You know, it's just. Mm-hmm. But to me, okay, the platform, the fact that she's platform, makes it worse. Uh, let's talk about it. Makes it worse, okay? But she has my thoughts with her and her children because you know it's not easy, and I can say I can say I'm sure it's not easy, and you know, like I was trying to tell y'all, I have seen videos of her, and you know I hated to say that she seems relieved because that might not be the case, but um, she, I don't know. I really get the vibe that like, oh man, I know. I'm trying, y'all. I'm struggling to put my thoughts into words. But okay, she doesn't make me feel like she's relieved, but she also don't seem to be just like that stressed. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the end of the world. It really, really reminds me of like anybody, right? Who lost control and like it's hard to explain. So, like, let's say, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced, an addict, a real addict or somebody that was on something, strong and stuff like that. But I have seen so many different things in my life. Hell, at one point, one of my favorite shows on TV was Intervention, I used to love that damn show. I love how they, corner the person. I just used to love it. I used to learn so much from it. And, with that being said, um, the people that are going through what they are going through, there's always a sense of it's always a sense of like la la land, a little bit. I cannot find the exact words that I'm looking for, but I definitely feel like that this topic is really, really touchy. So I'm definitely trying my best to find the right words. Because like I said, she doesn't look, I don't want to say she looks relieved that her children are gone, but she definitely looks um glad to not have to have them along for the ride with her. Does that make sense? Like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? When people are going through something or they're dealing with something or they're self-medicating, so to speak, it's always a sense of like being there but not being there. You know what I'm saying? So you got you got half of their mind and the other half is gone. It's wherever it is. Um, the vibe I get from E Kane is like good. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like I can't explain it. But it's like and I'm not calling E Kane an alcoholic. So don't take it as that. But it's like somebody being an alcoholic, right? An alcoholic can't do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? An alcoholic is limited, very limited to the things that they can get up and do every day. You know what I'm saying? Because the alcohol keeps them in a certain state. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at some point you gotta someone will have to make a decision. Am I gonna drink or I'm gonna get my kids ready for school? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drink or I'm gonna drive my kids to school. You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna drink and then I'm gonna pick them up from school? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drink and then I'm gonna help them with homework. Or am I gonna drink? You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like eventually though, you know, things might take a back burner. You know what I'm saying? You might drink instead of taking the kids to school. You know what I'm saying? You might drink instead of getting up and helping them with homework. And then it's really hard to be a functioning alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Because alcohol is one of them things that really just takes over. You know, it really does. It's before you know it, it took over. You know, and you really ain't got that much time for nothing else. You know, it's really, really hard to be functioning, and it's really, really hard to be present in a sense, you know. And so with that being said, uh it seems like removing the kids left her to just do whatever she wanna do. You know what I'm saying? And if that's lay around and do nothing, so be it. And I just get a sense of like, it's like good. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, sort of, like, good. I'm glad I don't have to struggle with taking care of my kids no more. You know what I'm saying? Now I can just sulk, you know, and deal with the shit that I be dealing with on a daily basis, you know, without having to feel like a bad parent, without having to feel like I'm letting them down, without having to expose them to certain things that they shouldn't be exposed to, you know. That's the vibe that I get from EK, you know. And honestly, like I said, it's sad. It's sad for the children, but like I wouldn't say I'm happy for her, but I'm just glad that she has somebody. Does that make sense? Because, I mean, just think of all the people who don't have anybody to step in and help them like that. And the children get lost into the system. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad, you know? And then, not to mention, the mother, you know what I'm saying, can be gone and never, you know, snap back. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just think it's a blessing, you know, to have somebody step up, somebody that's trustworthy, somebody that you know is gonna love them babies, you know, just as much as you do, or as much as they can, you know, to get there. And it's just like, you know, shout out to her mother, you know, if she really got the kids, because again, you know, that's a blessing. And, you know, maybe EK will eventually, you know, get back on her feet. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school. And that there's an old saying that says, you know, I need to get on my feet. You know what I'm saying? And get on your feet is just like having it together, you know, having what you need. And you know, I hear you can't talk about her kids. This, well, I love the fact that, you know, she'll tell you that she did this and this and that, and she has this and this and that put up for her kids. You know, she'll tell you that their college education and stuff like that is already paid for. You know, and I love when she go to talking that talk. But you know, it just takes more than money to care for children. You know, you just need so much more than that. And sometimes people just need to get on their feet. You know, sometimes people just deal with so much, you know, and life can just really just be a lot sometimes, you know, and sometimes people uh, aren't 100% themselves, aren't 100%, you know what I'm saying, where they need to be as a parent, you know. And sometimes people got to step in and help, you know. So shout out to those people that step in and help, you know. And shout out to the parents that go through stuff too, because it's listen, this life is not easy, okay? But we can do it, y'all. We can, you know. Everybody's situation is different. but I believe in God. And I just believe that with Him, we can do all things, you know? So it is what it is. Shout out to E. Kane, who allegedly is going through what she's going through. And I definitely think that she's going through something. I do. So yeah, she has my thoughts. She has my prayers. Cause yeah, it's a lot. This life can be a damn a lot. Yeah. I even heard her say, something about like getting evicted. She said she is getting evicted and she got to be out in September. Now, I know a lot of people saying you don't ever know with E. Kane. You just don't know. You don't know if she be lying or what. But again, she has my thoughts and prayers because I know she just got there. I thought E. Kane just moved. So, but anyway. Oh, after that, let me move on. Because speaking of just moving and all of that, news. Listen, word hit the curb yesterday that DJ Mustard's ex-wife Chanel. If you say you love me, then put me in Chanel. If you say you love me, then put me in Chanel. I know that's right. Shout out to Chanel. I like Chanel. Oh, but listen, word on the curb is, her house was broken into yesterday. Now, Chanel did her thing though. Yeah. Let's talk about it. She did. She saw people in her house stealing, which is crazy because hold on. Which is crazy, because, according to Chanel, she was out and about and she saw that, people were in her home, ramshacking it. Yeah, now, truth is, the kids was running around, 3 of them, talking about boom, shaka, laka, laka. I'm just playing. I just added that for a little razzle dazzle, but no, 3 little heathens, I don't know if you can use that word here, but they were in her home, child. And it's crazy too because she was saying that there's really nothing there, which I could believe. I could definitely believe. Yeah, truth is. It's sad, but it's true. And I told y'all that one time though. It seemed like, listen, this is different, but I remember one time I was telling y'all DJ must be tripping. You know what I'm saying? He seemingly is so irritated that his ex has a piece of his lifestyle. It's crazy to me, but he seems to be so annoyed that she has a piece of his lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And he wants it back, And that's why I'm just girl, for shits and giggles, go get a goddamn Prius, It just is what it is for shits and giggles, She don't have to, but I'm she literally doesn't have to, but hey, if it was me, I would play the field a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I would play around a little bit. Yeah, now truth is. It just is what it is, Uh and I don't know, maybe it's on some trolling, but that's just how I feel, Chanel, which I can honestly say, I hold on. So again, DJ Mustard be tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, girl, like, pay it. You know what I'm saying? Just pay him dust. And to me, he sees her in her, her Benzes and all of these luxury cars that she drives and stuff like that. And I'm like, girl, go get a hoodoo. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Go get a hoodoo. Flouse a hoodoo, because at the end of the day, everybody know what like, you got it. Yeah, damn right. I got it. Hit the like button. You know you got it. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what, nobody think. So that's what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what I definitely recommended. It is what it is. Just play the game a little bit. Uh, I mean, because this man is hating, hating so bad. And so, anyway, that's what I had said, and that's what I had thought. And so now, here we are. Chanel is staying at her home, which I think she just got. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact that Chanel moved. You know what I'm saying? Because I think her old house kept getting it broken into too. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. But she said in 10 months, she's had 3 break-ins. You know what I'm saying? And according to Chanel, she don't even because of the break-ins, she don't even really be having nothing on. Which is smart AF to me. It is what it is. It just is what it is. And I know a lot of people gonna feel like, well, you ain't gotta do. She don't. But still, like, it's a lot to deal with. Child, listen. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how else to put it, but like, yeah. Me and my babies would be somewhere, living a good life. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And I'm not saying she's not. But what I am saying is I think he is like really, 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 really giving this lady a hard time. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's just because for like the stupidest stuff. So like, for instance, I think he's jealous and upset that she has money still, and I know she won. I think some type of settlement with child support and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So he seems really irritated that he got to take care of his old family. I hate. It's just something about, it's something about people that do stuff like that. It's just so disgusting to me. You're such a disgusting person to me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so anyway, like I was saying, so like, for instance, with Chanel, right? I think that he be wanting her to downgrade. You know what I'm saying? And so I wouldn't do it because he wanted me to, but I definitely think that could and would possibly think about it. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I possibly would think about it. And it's not because it's something that he wants. I think if it was me, I would possibly do it just for my peace. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Because, this guy he's doing things to mess with her peace. So in other words, like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So at this point, I don't know what Chanel gonna have to do, but me personally, uh, I just really feel bad for her. You know, it is what it is. I do. I just really feel bad for her. You know, uh, but you know, oh, um, I can honestly say though, you have a lot of people, right, who will be like, man, bump that. You know, he gotta and this and that, right? But I don't. I don't know. Like I said, at some point, I feel like uh I feel like at some point you have to, you don't have to, but I feel like at some point it's nothing wrong with doing things for your peace. You know what I'm saying? Not nobody else's, you know, but it is what it is. Who knows, y'all? I swear, I don't really know. I'm just saying, you know. But like, this is my thing. So, like, for instance, I think he's tripping with her because she has money. You know what I'm saying? She has money. And maybe, listen, she's gonna have money. So, you know, maybe no matter what she does, he's going to trip. But personally, I just feel like you know, like for instance, the house that she's in, I feel like he's jealous of that. The neighborhood that she's in, I feel like he's jealous of that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe just maybe try something different, you know. And that would be my recommendation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that she has to. Of course not. She can do what she wanna do, you know, but I would say, you know, for I would say for her own sanity, you know what I'm saying? I personally don't see what's wrong with trying something different. You know what I'm saying? So when I say something different, I mean like uh downsizing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Downsizing. You know, just that's it. Bottom line, going to get a smaller home, smaller lifestyle. Leave me be. You know what I'm saying? Like leave me the f alone for real. You know, uh, and again, no, she don't have to do nothing like that. She really don't. She do what the hell she want to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially because that doesn't mean that it's gonna stop him from doing what he doing. You know, I don't know. Me personally, I think it could work. You know, that's how I feel about it. I also feel like he's a sad man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I feel like he's a sad man. And that girl shouldn't have to go through what she going through. That is ridiculous. It is. It's ridiculous. Do we see Neo doing Crystal like that? No. You know, Neo is seemingly cool with, you know, letting his exes flouse and leaving them the lifestyle that he left them with. You know what I'm saying? Neo, on the other hand, he doesn't seem like somebody that's like, oh, I want you to go back to driving Hondas. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you in a Honda now, you know. But that DJ Mustard. And this is the thing though. That new woman that he with, I hope she taking notes. Baby, I hope she taking notes. Cause it just is what it is. He ain't doing nothing but showing you who he is. It just is what it is. He's showing you who he is, and he's showing showing you what he gonna do if you become an ex. Child. But at the end of the day, you know, she listen, she could be getting her stuff together. Truth is, right now, Yeah. I don't know how, but she could definitely jump ahead of the curve because, like, okay, he's showing you what it is, baby. And it's sad. It's really, really sad. When I first heard the story, I was like, now she in LA. You in LA with all the gangsters. Now you in LA with all the gangsters. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, I need her. Shit, I need her to go get some gangster up in that house. Okay? It's just what it is. Shout out to that. I mean, that's another thing. You know? Oof. Yeah. You know? I get it. I get it. You know, but I'm like, man, Chanel, you sure you want to be single? You know what I'm saying? Are you sure you want to stay single? You know, because it is what it is. Um, I just feel like, and no, I'm not telling her, leave me alone, okay? Period. I said, leave me the F alone, okay? Okay. Cause I'm not telling her to go get in a relationship because she got this going on. But what I am saying is, though, you know what I'm saying? If she was in a relationship, then you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I feel like if it was a man living there, then yeah, them break-ins, they might, yeah, they might just come to a full-fledged stop, okay? Period. Child, I don't even care if you gotta rent a man. Rent a man. No, I'm just playing. But I'm playing, but I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm playing, but I ain't. You know, because I started thinking about security. It's just lots of things that she could do that, you know, she might need to look into. You know, it is what it is. But Chanel, you know, you have my thoughts, girl. Because I can't even imagine. You know what I'm saying? Don't even want to imagine. Like, what? Let me look up. Hold on now. Look. We gotta look up. Oh, I think he. Hold on. Let me look up DJ Russell. Sorry. See, like I did this before already. He might be a Gemini, but I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, just for research purposes. Child. DJ Mustard. Hold on. Uh, Horoscope. Yeah, let's find out his horoscope, child. DJ Mustard horoscope. Oh, what is he? Hold on, his birthday. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Just for research purposes, baby. Let's see what this man's sign is. Um. Okay, so he was born on the 12th of September, meaning he got a birthday coming up. Okay, DJ Mustard is a Virgo. Okay, uh, if he was born on September the 12th, that would make him a Virgo. Okay, so just so you know, ladies. Okay, just so you know. Ladies, gents, just take that into accountability. You know, this man he's not married no more. He's not married. He got a new woman and everything. Imagine that. Some people be thinking you get in a new relationship, good, you're done with me. Shit. Some of these folks be ready to show you how low they can go. Oh, how low they gonna go. Oh, DJ Mustard. DJ Mustard and his ex-wife Chanel finalized their divorce in October of 2024. You know what I'm saying? October 2024 is really it's fresh. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It's fresh because I think that him and Chanel was together for a long time. Don't quote me though, but I definitely think I heard that before. Okay, it just is what it is. Shut up to that. Now, he was divorced in October 2024, so 2025 made it a year. 2026 have not came around again. His divorce is not even 2 years old. That is fresh. Okay, that is fresh. That's fresh enough for him to still be doing shit. Okay, it is what it is. But, depending on who you ask, he should not still be doing shit. Okay. Whatnot. But like, yeah, child. So let's talk about it. He got divorced in October of 2024. Okay, and ever since then, he's been doing stuff to his ex. Just like a little a mangy dog with the goddamn barbecue. Go get, Chanel want him to get. Go. He's still doing stuff though. Okay, yeah. Now, the truth is, he's still doing stuff and trying to make her life a living hell. All right, and he a Virgo, so take notes. It just is what it is. Shout out to that. I'm just saying, just so you know. Okay. So anyway, after that, let's move on though, Chanel. Wish you nothing but the best, okay? The best of the best. The best everything. The best alcohols, the best wines, the best rhymes with the eggs. You name it, girl. We root for you over here. So anyway, shout out to that. So we talked about DJ Mustard. We talked about EK. Hit the like button, y'all. It's a party. It's a party. It's a party. Pull up. Let's talk about it. If you say you love me, then put me in Chanel. Put me in Chanel. Alright. Trying to see where I want to go with it next. Alright, let's talk about Lil Durk real quick, because I ain't going to stay on this topic too long, because, it is what it is. Lil Durk is like everybody's favorite uncle. It just is what it is, man. Uncle Durk, they got himself into some shit. Okay. Oh, yeah. And, it is what it is. He up there fighting for his life. His trial done started, and yeah. I forgot what the heck I wanted to say about, Durk, but I really don't have much to say. Cause again, we like Lil Durk. Okay. It is what it is. But word on the curb is he done got himself into some shit. Alright, so he finna have to scratch. Okay, it is what it is. Word on the curb is Lil Durk finna have to do some real deal scratching to get back. But as we all know, he is facing murder for hire. a case. And they're saying that, hey, no money though, no money, no monies was provided. But word on the curb is they have some of his, people that, some of his people is claiming that, they was getting down for their crown and, they're gonna testify. But I'm like, what could they possibly offer them? Like going home? Are you going home? Because if they offered you life in jail to tell, I don't know. I don't know. I might have to sit out and think about that one. But it just don't seem like a good deal. I can tell you right there. It just ain't gonna seem like a motherfucking good deal, okay? Uh, but it's sad though because a lot of people be getting them kind of deals. Like, for instance, y'all gonna have to jump in my comments and tell me what Lil Woody did. Cause Lil Woody is out though. Shout out to him and shout out to that. Lil Woody's out. What did he do? Because like I said, if Woody really did some stuff and now he out there, shout out to him and shout out to that. Because most of the time, it don't happen. Most of the time, people be giving, they get, how can I explain it? Okay, so you know how the man worked for 40 years at Burger King and never called in, and then when it was his birthday, Burger King gave him a bag full of free shit? Like, cause that's how it goes. They not finna give no free money. Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? That's what they thinking. And so, same thing. Same thing. The people be going in there telling everything for nothing. To me, nothing. If I can't come home, we talking about? But like I said, I would really have to sit with that, and possibly, talk to my team about it and stuff. But I don't know, y'all. Y'all jump in my comments and let me know what y'all think. Is it worth it? Is life in prison versus the F penalty? Is it better? Is it better? I'm not that convinced. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that convinced that it's that much better, Especially because people that get the F penalty, they be like living for years and years and years and years. Years and years and years and years. So it's not like you it's not like they go to jail at 40, get the F penalty, and then 5 years like so that you're gonna be gone by the time you're 45. No, it don't be like that. They be going to jail at 40, and then uh don't get the F penalty until like 20, 30 years later. Like a long, long time. So it's still down there life. It's still down there life. I have never really seen I have never really seen people just really get a good deal. You know what I'm saying? It's just it seems like the information that they give up don't be worth, it don't be worth it. It's like, nah, you might as well just go on and do your time and keep all the details within. You might as well just keep all the details within, because other than that, they be like, child, never mind, because I ain't trying to tell nobody how to, because I sure don't know how to do it, okay? Um, Truth is, don't let me get the lie. I don't know how the fuck to do it. But I'm just saying. I don't know. You know, it's a saying, y'all know how it's a saying that says the punishment don't fit the crime? Uh to me, a lot of people be going up in there telling the whole, like telling everything, and then be still getting too much time to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the punishment don't fit the crime. It's not the case. It's not that case. But it's definitely a case of like, yeah, now you got. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You got. That was not a good deal. You know? It really reminds me of that whole demure thing. You know, it really reminds me of that demure thing. You know, like people really, really, really be thinking that that it's not funny either. But to me, people be really thinking that um people be getting paid top dollars. That don't even be the case. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, truth is, that don't even be the case. Hold on, I was gonna look up something though. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. I was gonna look up the man. Okay, hold on. So I got that wrong. It's not him. Not the very demure man. My bad. It's that lady that said you better come get one of these. Let me see what. Hold on. Yeah, that's her right there. What did she do? Hold on. Her name is Tanisha. Hold on. In a famous TikTok video, loaded chicken salad. Uh, in the clip, she shows out the salad. Y'all better come up here and get one of these. Hold on. Hold on. They said, hold on. It says a lady, y'all better come get one of these, and she did not receive a large cash payout or former compensation from the major tech companies that used her audio. Yeah, and just like that lady that what she say? The Dr. Pepper lady. Child. They was like, you know what I'm saying? Child, and that's how they be, you know? It is what it is. Like, you gotta, in other words, you gotta be careful. Yeah, no, yeah. Truth is, just be careful, you know, because, um, I just think that I honestly, this is how I feel about it. I think that the way people think the world works, it don't fucking work. Okay? I don't know who needs to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna say it one more time. For real. For the girls in the back. You know what? For everybody. Shout out to that, not just y'all. The way the world actually works is not the way people think it does. Okay? Um, you know, truth is, and really, that's that. Okay? So anyway, shout out to that. Now anyway, it's your girl Shay Renee, and I'm gonna put y'all on a quick hold real quick. Y'all hold on, scoot up, get comfortable, hit the damn like. I'm in the building. I'll be right back. talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Blueface and Nevaeh, Christian. Okay, let's talk about Christian real quick. Shout out to Christian Rock, who is well, who I consider to be a young woman, just growing and trying to find her way. That's what it seems like. But I said shout out to her because it just seems like she, you know, um is trying to focus on her focus and get ready. I know she got an interview coming up with Jason Lee. Shout out to that. Shout out to him too. I look forward to seeing the interview, especially because it seemed like Christian tried to get in front of it, and she's trying to get in front of it. I guess it was some stuff said that she wasn't really feeling. I don't know. Jason has already dropped a couple of clips. Well, I seen one clip from an interview, and it just, I don't know, it didn't really seem that bad to me. So, I don't know, but overall, um, she knows, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. She knows, I would say, how the interview went. You know what I'm saying? She know how it went, so to speak. Anyway, shout out to her, shout out to that. We also gonna be talking about Sauce Walk in a minute. Now, Sauce Walker is streaming, y'all. As we all know, Sauce has been streaming. Shout out to Sauce. Um, he been streaming, and I don't know, y'all. Honestly, he been like getting his numbers up. You know, if you ask me, he been, trying to get his little numbers going. Everybody says, well, not everybody, but a lot of people in the comments were saying, he trying to be like Blueface Child. That's what they were saying. Hold on, now. Okay, so let me tell y'all what's going on though. So he's streaming, and You know what I'm saying? Putting out his little business out there, like I was saying, you know. That's the only thing. Listen, hold on, y'all. That's the only thing. Like, when it comes to streaming, like to me, putting out your business out there is not it. You know? Like, yeah, no, you know, I'm like, ooh. If that's what I gotta do to get it, then yeah, nah, count me out. I ain't gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. Yeah, truth is, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be the one to get it like that. You know, because it's just like I don't know. It just feels so yucky. You know, dirty, and like violating. You know, but you violating your own self. So anyway, South Walker is streaming and dang, what's going on? Dang, this is crazy. Somebody else passed away. Dolly Parton and um the one who played Eddie Kane, and now another man. The one of the ones that played on Home Alone, right? Yeah, he the one. Uh, I'm almost positive he one of the ones that was chasing after. I think he one of the ones that was chasing after Kevin, child Home Alone. But anyway, that was crazy. Hold on, y'all. So anyway, like I was saying, South Walker is he's streaming, child, and putting all his little business out there, and he was messing with this girl, which I was like, child, that's a whole other story for a whole other day. He was messing with this girl, right, and now he ain't messing with her no more, and they tripping now. So now I'm finna find a clip of her saying what she said. Now, she ain't really saying that much to me. People been on her head a little bit though. In fact, they've been on her head a lot. uh, just saying that like, she ain't loyal and this, that, and the third. But I don't know. If you listen to her side of it, she's saying that Sauce Walker and Bambi been over there talking about her. So, she like, what's the difference? Like, you know, um, I don't know. Could it be to get his stream up? Yes, it could. So that's that. Cause like, yeah, I will say, his his little numbers on his stream, they coming around the mountain. So shout out to him and shout out to that. Now, what I do want to say though, before I even get, nah, first let's listen to his assistant. Hold on, let me. Um, Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. So here's his assistant, which I think her name is Mac. Don't quote me on that though. I do not know. I think I seen this one page post her, and I could have sworn they called her Mac. Um, Now I did. I saw. I could have sworn I followed her. I think I started following her. I forgot what she said her name is, but anyway, this is the girl that was just recently running around with Sauce, okay? And this is what she had to say yesterday. Real facts, 2019, 2020. What? Fucking OnlyFans statistics. That money is long gone. And since we want to talk shit, let's get into it. If anybody need his sex pills, all his little sex pills to get his dick hard, if anybody wants them, I got all of them. I got all of his sex pills to keep his little shit hard so that he can fuck hoes. Like, let's get into it. Hold on. And I got the messages, so he can't deny that he still get hard. So if we want to talk shit, let's talk shit. She's showing all these little packages. More and more and more and more. Like, the stack is about to keep going. He bought the whole store worth of sex pills in California. Let's talk about it. And I took them all. And y'all want to know what he texted me? He said, "You're evil for taking my blues and my red. Bitch, fuck your blues and your red. Bitch, stop playing with me. Lipstick asshole. Like, there's no reason you should be all these fucking pills to keep your dick hard, bitch. Stop playing with me. For real. How do you got 2.9 million followers on Instagram and 30K followers on TikTok, and you get 100 views on a real regular day when you don't got Bambi in the camera acting a fucking fool, or when you're not shouting and yelling at the camera, or when you're not ordaining every dick on your knees sucking their dick. Bitch, stop playing. Also, the most views he got was when he was with Snap Dog, and his kick person called him the other day and told him that was body. Somebody was body for shit. You didn't really have 4,000 views. That shit was body. Like, wait, what can y'all say about me? I got a real family who love me. Parents, godparents, mom, dad, grandpa. I got all of that. I went to the military for 5 years. Did what I had to do. Got out honorably, retired, veteran. I traveled the world. I'm 25 years old. What the fuck is Mr. 30 and 40 porn star, OnlyFans, demonic ass, crazy people? What can y'all say about me? Y'all can't say nothing about me. All that shit is cat. Why you never rented out a live view? Why your strip club closed down? Why is nobody ever in your studio except for your homeboys who don't got shit? All hoping on a fucking star and a dream to be a fucking pimp. Bitch, stop playing with me. What did it say? Hold on. Yeah. Child. I said, ooh, child had me dry even a little bit. I said, okay. Well, that was a lot, but I'm like, where do we start? I mean, it just is what it is, child. That was the news, okay? That I really don't have that much of an opinion on, but you know, um, what I did want to say is, yeah. Well, you know, I now, hey, I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I will say this though, 25. So I'll just say he was 38. I mean, 25 ain't that bad, but 25, like, really? You know what I'm saying? Really? So I was like, you running around with a 25-year-old and wonder why that's crazy. Anyway, anyway, let's continue. Let me let me see what else she had to say. Here, let me listen to this. If he don't fuck with Dean, I think he be trying to suck Dean and AB's dick. And let's talk about it. When he was at the warehouse, he was trying to get AB to turn against Dean. He talked about, oh yeah, I'm gonna get AB to leave with me because he not really fucking with what Dean got going on. He outside having little private conversations with Dean in the fucking trailer. Then the little white hoe that pulled up, y'all probably gonna see her soon. Don't be surprised when y'all see her. Don't be surprised when y'all see that white hoe that was on AB and Dean shit. He outside in the trailer talking to the little hoe that was arguing with Ray J and AB on a secret mission type shit. She talking about she want to pay him to be down. He out there just being sneaky on some shit. As soon as he said all that stuff about F Jesus and F God, the first thing he woke up. Oh, I wish she would have. I hate they cut that off. They wrong for cutting that off, baby. Y'all heard what she was saying? That's crazy. Hold on. If he don't fuck with Dean, I think he be trying to suck Dean and AB's dick. And let's talk about it. When he was at the warehouse, he was trying to get AB to turn against Dean. He talked about, oh yeah, I'm gonna get AB to leave with me because he not really fucking with what Dean got going on. He outside having little private conversations with Dean in the fucking trailer. Then the little white hoe that pulled up, y'all probably gonna see her soon. Don't be surprised when y'all see. Oh, Miss Person Girl. Oh, shit. She telling. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can go find another page that I seen her on. And let me see real quick. Oh, Lord. Let me see. Yes, I do follow her, but let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I follow her, but this ain't the right page. She ain't talking about nothing on here.
I didn't come this far just to come this far and not.
Real, you looking bad. Hey, I should have put yeah, nah, this the wrong page. She ain't talking about shit on here. So that's crazy though. Cause she have been popping it all online. Anyway, I'ma find it. It'll come up again. So shout out to that. But like I said, like I was trying to tell you. I'm not. Look, they didn't post it. Retarded. That's why I act friendly. I want to know why I act friendly with this bitch and why I act friendly with women. Because I cannot control my anger. The only way to control my anger is to be friendly and be nice. Because
That's how I feel, or make people hate me.
Well, I will say this. They got a clip of her in the back. The way she was looking at Sauce, it was so funny. Um, Oh Lord, you know what? I don't really have a lot of words for Sauce and that her. I want to wish them both well, but like I just feel like that's what it is what it is. 25. 25. But this is the thing though. I actually thought Sauce was younger than what he is. He just recently said he was 38. And I was like, what? I could not believe that. I was a little shocked. You know what I'm saying? He does not act 38. And the crazy thing is, Sauce will probably never act his age. Um, he probably won't ever act his age. But with that being said, though, I still see some kind of growth in him. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. Because he does seem to be like maturing, you know what I'm saying? In a sense. A little that could be uh just because I don't know. Who knows? It could be just something that's happening, you know, right now. Oh, I was gonna say that it could be, because he ain't really got that much going on like that. Uh, I don't know, but anyway, shout out to Sauce Walker who is streaming, okay? He's streaming right now, trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get to that that streaming back. I ain't mad at him, It just is what it is. Like really, really, I'm not mad at him. But I will say this. I will say this, and let me keep this real with myself first and my audience second, because I was not going to say, but you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because it's on my mind a little bit. So it is what it is. This is what I want to tell y'all. Honestly, I mess with Sauce. I think y'all already know. He in my top 5. But that aside though, that ain't got yeah, his rapping skills ain't got nothing to do with what I'm gonna say. Yeah. So shout out to that. But what I do want to say is, Adam. And I think we talked about this already. Y'all know Adam was basically saying that he don't believe Sauce got the money that he say he got, and I don't know why. That just stuck with me, like I don't know why, for whatever reason, it just stuck with me. And ever since then, I just been paying attention a little bit. And like, I don't know. I really don't know. It's giving. Uh, it's giving them. There could be, you know what I'm saying, a little truth to that. So yeah. It just is what it is. And I don't even know why I feel like that. I guess I feel like that as far as the streaming thing, because hey, Adam was saying, you know what I'm saying? He was basically saying, like, if Sauce got all this money that he claimed he got, he had brought up the streaming thing, you know, and he was basically saying, he's not gonna be, you know what I'm saying, streaming for hours and hours and hours on end, you know? If he a ballin' in my Jim Jones voice, baby, like he say he is, you know? But I will say this though. I think two things can be true at once. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. I think, you know, what Adam said might have some truth to it. You know, meaning maybe South do be putting a little blow up on his, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, on his finances a little bit. Um, you know, and I do think that, you know, South is in a better financial situation than, you know, uh, not just I mean, not just your average person, but, you know, lots of people, you know, lots of people. But still, you know, I think that there could possibly be some truth to what Adam said. And then, especially if you listen to what this girl was just saying. Let me see. The assistant, you know what I'm saying? The assistant said, she said something about um the OnlyFans money. What she say? The OnlyFans money was long gone. I don't know. Child, I don't know. I don't know. But you know, where Kirby is so welcome, child. He's streaming. I said, not over there on DDG's territory. That's so funny to me. I don't know why, you know, South and DDG, I don't know. They just, I don't think it's any issue with them, but I also find it weird how like they're like they haven't crossed paths, you know what I'm saying, so to speak, because we all know, you know, that like DDG takes streaming really, really, really serious, you know. It is what it is. He does. He takes it extremely serious. And you know, I don't know. I listen to some of the things that South be saying, and like, it's not all bad, but I'm trying. It's not always the best thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he was saying that DDG is a streamer. He's not a rapper. He was saying that just recently. He felt like DDG is a YouTuber. I think that's what he called DDG. You know what I'm saying? And DDG raps. He raps. You know, like I know Vucci was saying he don't necessarily consider DDG a rapper like that, but DDG is a rapper. He is. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he's a YouTuber that rap. He's a YouTuber that streams. You know, he's a streamer that raps. He's a rapper that streams. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of when T.I. said, everybody be trying to figure out what I am. I mean, don't quit trying to figure it out, because I'll oh, hold on. Oh, that was so freaking funny, y'all. Hold on. Child, I couldn't find it. I can't find it, but y'all know T.I. got that interview where he was saying, you know what I'm saying? I lead a march, kids, what did he say? Put my kids to sleep, kiss your girl, whoop yeah, you know what I'm saying? He said all of that. I'm all of that. And that's what, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's how I feel. Uh, hold on. I feel like that's what it is when they come to DDG. You know what I'm saying? Don't do them like that. Sauce, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to put them in a box. Don't try to put them in a box. It is what it is. But child, South is streaming. Over there. Uh, on DDG's territory, child. And it is what it is, D. Has been getting his numbers up. Now, I will say this, though. I consider myself to be smart and not necessarily gullible like that. So, you know, I will say that some stuff could be for content. You know what I'm saying? It could be just for content. Like, for real. And I know I say that. I do be saying that about a lot of people. I do, because you know what I'm saying? We got to know it. You know, truth is, we just gotta know it. And you know, I don't know. Maybe I just be giving people just too much benefit of the doubt too. You know, like maybe people really aren't that smart like that. But like, come on, man, it really ain't that. You know, like it don't take. But you know, it could be you know, a lot. It could be a lot of made up stuff. Like, you know, for instance, South could have been running with the girl. Cause come on now, let's be real. Like seeing South running around with a black woman, child, like none of us really had that on our bingo hard. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. And so, you know, and it didn't happen long. So, like, they could have been fake. Maybe they already knew they was going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do this and this and that. Because I'm going to tell you like this. South, to me, okay, has been doing his homework. You know, like, I feel like he been, how can I put it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was learning. You know, like he wasn't just playing around and laying around. He been learning uh the streaming game. You know, he been going around them streamers learning. Yeah, it just is what it is. And so yeah, he had to figure it out. And God dang it, if you ask me, baby, he learned fast. Shoot. Child, he learned fast. So, what is happening? All right, give me some cream cheese. But anyway, South been soaking up game. Like that girl said. The assistant said, y'all heard what she said. Basically, I'ma say it in a nicer way. Riding meat. To get the game. Yeah. It was. She said harsher than that. But anyway, and he got it. Like Susan said, damn right, I got it. And so anyway, and you know, it's crazy too because it's hard to explain, but hold on. I will say this though. I definitely think Sauce is still learning as he go, you know, but I think he didn't learn a little something. So shout out to him, shout out to him. And, you know, um, personally, I just think that huge shout out to him because, like, not everybody can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, when I thought about Sauce and him, how he did went around, soaked up game, and learned how to get his own stream going. It made me think about, yeah, for real. Let's talk about it because even that girl could be using, you know, like she helping Sauce. You know. Believe it or not, she's definitely helping Sauce. You know what I'm saying? When we see clips of her talking about Sauce, that ain't no different than people making clips of his stream. You know what I'm saying? Like she helping him. So again, you know, I'm just paying attention. I don't know if it's a bunch of made up mumbo jumbo, but it is what it is. It seems like his Sauce is definitely his kick is out to a nice little start. Okay, it just is what it is. So shout out to that. Shout out to him. Now, like I was trying to tell y'all though, why Christian came in my mind when I thought about it. Because Christian is one of them people, right, who I feel like she knows how to stream. She knows the streaming game, but I don't feel like she knows exactly what she wants to do content-wise. So I feel like that's why she's not online. Another thing though, um, like I was telling y'all, streaming can really make you look bad. It is what it is. It can make people, it just depends on the person and their content. But overall, what I realized is it can really make people look bad. It can. And it can make them just tell too much of their business. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling y'all earlier with Sauce. And with that being said, I think some people don't be feeling it like that. You know, and so like I was saying, maybe Krishan does have a game, and maybe that just isn't for her like that. You know, that it's just a possibility. You know, because some people cannot stand to be like share all of their personal lives on stream. That is crazy to me. You know, it is what it is. That's wild. And so, you know, I don't know. I think it's either she doesn't know. You know, I don't know. I think she been around it. So again, she should have the game. But I'm not sure if she knows what she's doing just yet as far as the stream goes. Because Krishan is one of them people where she was just streaming 2 weeks ago and now she not no more. She's taking a break from stream. And but she's one of them people where before she took a break, she had a lot of people watching her, you know? So she just makes me feel like she doesn't know what to do, you know, with her content. Which, I mean, that's understandable. Um, that's understandable. I pay attention to a lot of people's streams. And one of the biggest thing I notice is that they do is they sit in front of the camera like I am right now. And they, you know, stream. And, you know, be talking and stuff for large amounts of time. And they do it, you know, everybody does it differently. But I noticed that Krishan does like to do that. You know what I'm saying? She likes to do that. But it's hard for her to do that because she got a baby. You know what I'm saying? And she has a toddler and he's younger. Her toddler is, you know, he's young. And it's hard streaming with kids. Child, ask me how I know. Okay, it really is. It's hard streaming with kids. You know, if yeah, well, if you want to stream with kids, you might want to watch Funny Mike stuff. You know. Just to get a good idea of how it goes down. Okay. Yeah. It is what it is. But anyway. Shout out to everybody who's streaming today. Cause you know, I will say this, I don't know. It's just when somebody came earlier, I started thinking about You know, didn't he can't just go to school for something? And it made me wonder if she really wanted to do that. You know, because I just feel like, now we'll say it. Whatever she went to school for, congratulations to her. Especially if she got it done. Shout out to her. I don't know if she finished. Maybe she not finished. But I think that it's amazing. I think that's a great thing. It's, even if she did it just to have something to fall back on, you know, it makes perfect sense. But then I started to wonder, like, was it a waste of her time, though? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it is what it is. Like, did you really want to do what you went to school for? Or do you really want to be laying around online? Help me out. Another thing I want to tell y'all, though. But hey, I don't knock it. I don't knock it. It is what it is. A lot of people want to do that. But yeah, make sure I hit the like button. What I do want to say though, I forgot to tell y'all about the kind. Her allegedly, you know what I'm saying, doing the do online with Chris though. That was an all-time low. Yes, no, baby. I said the contact hit a rock bottom. I said, yeah. It's an uphill battle now. You kind we go ahead and climb up that Rocky Mountain. No, ma'am. And I wouldn't care if they was the most beautiful people on earth. It just, you know, there comes a point. I said, there's just gonna come a point. I just, on TikTok, baby, you better shut it down. Anyway. Anyway, child, let's move on. Because I got to move on. Like Bryson. Shout out to everybody who we just talked about. We talked about y'all today. So shout out to that. Anyway, no, Blueface in the veil. Child. Ugh. Blueface is something else. Yeah, no, I said that man is a little something. He's too goddamn funny. It depends on the day. Hold on. It's really gonna depend on the day because some days though, it's not funny at all. It's not funny at all. You know, like I don't know. It's just triggering, you know? Really triggering at times. It's really sad, you know? It is. Somebody said that baby first word is gonna be bit. Like too short. I said, Lord, take the wheel. You know, but you know, honestly, I just feel like Blueface isn't the only Blueface, you know what I'm saying, in the world, right? For real. And so I just definitely feel like, you know, there's an audience for him, you know? Yeah, no, let's talk about it. That's how I feel. Because, and I thought about this a long time ago too. It's just, but I'm just now telling y'all. But do y'all remember how on Maury, every now and then he would take a break from doing the paternity test and he would have out of control teens on his show sometimes. Or sometimes he would have controlling men. Y'all remember that we would have the controlling men on his show, and you know the wives would call in, and you know he would have a guy come on there and get the men together. You know what I'm saying? He would get them together, he would whip them in shape. You know what I'm saying? Get them to look at life a little differently and do things a little differently and treat their women a lot differently and better. You know. That reminds me of Blueface so much. Child, it just is what it is, you know? Like, there's always going to be somebody that just, like, isn't getting it right, you know, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say it like that. You know, let's call a thing a thing. But I tell you, that one thing about that Blueface, I will say, his mom said that he took some type of marketing class, and you know, that might have some truth to it. You know, honestly, you know, hey, it might have a little truth to it. But I will say this though, too. I also think that, you know, like his mama said, maybe that might have a lot of truth to it, and it will make some sense as to why. Because one thing about Blueface that I gotta give him is he does seemingly like study things. Okay. Truth is, I think he you know, I believe her, you know, I believe her because he does. Hold on, y'all. Like I was saying, he do be, you know, he I don't know, just like little stuff that he does. Like, remember when he started the Blue Girls Club? Well, I was looking at somebody say just recently that, like, Natalie Nunn, like, stole his idea. You know what I'm saying? And I think there might be a little truth to that. You know, I think she probably did get the idea to do baddies from him. Maybe she did, you know? But he got it from Bad Girls Club. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. He did. So again, he does have the ability to me to you know, like study things and begin to make it work for him. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Because not just that, too. Remember when he was saying he wanted to be a manager and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. Like, I think he tried that with Krishan. I think he tried that with Jaden. And who's to say that he's necessarily completely done with that? It just is what it is. But in other words, I said all that to say I can definitely believe Carlissa. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Maybe he did take some type of marketing. Uh, because if you ask me, um, it just is what it is. He has the number one channel, okay, right now on social media, okay? It just is what it is. Blueface, 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 Blueface. You cannot, really get away from Blueface. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny too, because I was watching this one girl, and I think her name is Cleopatra. I cannot think of her name. But she's so funny to me. And it seemed like I just talked about her the other day, but I can't remember what I was telling y'all about. But anyway, it's funny. She gonna do a video talking about Blueface in her dreams. The whole circus. She having dreams about them. Child, listen, I can believe it, okay? It just is what it is. The content is contenting, okay? Yeah, hold on. Uh, but anyway, though, so shout out to Blueface who, he, his mama say he know marketing. You know what I'm saying? She say he knows, that marketing. But if you ask his mama, she say like ain't nobody numbers getting what he is though. I think that was probably her way of trying to humble Jaden a little bit because we all know, like I just said, Krishan ain't streaming like that. Child, so it is what it is. He's something else though. People think he be reading the comments. Of course he read the comments, and I don't know. He's starting to play off on him a little bit. Man, I might need therapy. Boy, you think? Stream that. Shout out to that. There's your next idea. Child, stream that, okay? Find you a therapist that will let you stream a little bit of that, okay? And I love I love seeing people get their shit together. The truth is. So shout out to that. Oh yes, let's talk about it, Mr. Person Girl. Say please stream that. But like yeah, so the latest thing to happen was child he didn't got on Nevaeh. Okay, for not taking her son to school. You know it is what it is, and rightfully so. You get your ass up. You see, you get your ass up right now. But it is what it is. I was telling y'all, like, I don't know. They got a lot going on. They getting swatted every other day. I just don't know if and then not to mention you talking crazy to me online every day. Like, really? Like, don't what do you think my baby teacher gonna say? You know what I'm saying? Because remind you, you do got the hottest channel on social media right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying he take that into account because honestly, that's probably partially the reason why the girl wouldn't take her baby to school. But truth is, she also comes off like, cause I was listening to this other lady talk, and this other lady was basically saying that like that where they live, kindergarten isn't mandatory. So they was basically saying, school is optional still. And some people really don't mind, letting their baby stay home. Shit, until the very last minute, and she just seems to be one of those mothers. It was just her and her baby. Up until recently, you know what I'm saying? I would assume 3 months, because that's what Blueface keep telling her, as far as like, that's another thing, child. Y'all know Blueface has, I guess, what I would assume employees. Okay, you know what I'm saying? He got employees or people that's always around. You know what I'm saying? We all know it's 3 of them. Hell, how do we know? Because he called them number 1, number 2, and number 3. Shout out to that. Now, what Blueface is trying to get crystal clear on the latest episode, what he has been trying to make crystal clear to Nevaeh is number 1, number 2, and number 3 don't work for her. Okay? Not at all. You know what I'm saying? She's been confusing it, child. She's definitely been confusing. Somebody said, she looks at she looks at herself as a kept woman with staff. Child, I holler. But at the end of the day, shit, today I end. And he just trying to make it crystal clear that they don't work for her. Okay, which is interesting, okay, because listen, number 3, right? Well, listen, child, Nevaeh's son, Nevaeh's son was basically saying when he grow up, he gonna do X, Y, and Z, right? And Nevaeh was like, oh, he's saying that because number 3. You know what I'm saying? He seen number 3 do X, Y, and Z. Well, you know what I'm saying? He get that from number 3. And number 3 didn't like that. He was like, what? He was like, oh, I got something for that. So basically, think that's what this is stemming from, if I gotta be real, because now right after that, now all of a sudden Blueface is stressing to her that like they don't work for you, you know, like they don't work for you. Um, like they just bumped heads because she was trying to get him to go into the clinic with her the other day, you know, going up with at the baby's first appointment, and he was like, "Well, who gonna keep your son? They don't watch. They not gonna watch him for you, you know." So, I definitely think that that's where that's coming from. A little bit, yeah. Let's talk about it. I feel like now they feel some type of way. They like, oh, okay. Well, watch your own, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he won't be getting X, Y, and Z from me, and you won't be saying that no more. Like he said, oh, I'm gonna fix that. I love it. And he said it right on camera too. He said, I got something for that. Just so anyway. And so on the latest episode, he told her, take your baby to school. You know what I'm saying? She got cussed out. Okay, it is what it is. From Maine to Spain for not taking her baby to school. And so the next day, you know, Blueface is praising her, you know what I'm saying? He like, you know, he like, you better work, you know, yeah, now he telling her, I see you didn't put in that work, shit. Okay, Rihanna. Because he thought she got up, took her baby to school, made breakfast, cleaned up. But child, it was all a dream. Like Biggie said, child, it was all a dream because, you know, I think he started looking for the keys or something. And she was like, oh, Bodine had them. You know what I'm saying? Bodine had them because he took Superior to school. And Blueface was like, what? You know what I'm saying? So he irritated. He instantly get irritated. He like, oh man, you didn't take him to school. Why you take your own baby to school? Now mind y'all, Nevaeh, I heard, and I don't know how true this is because I didn't hear her say it, but I did hear that she thinks that somebody, you know what I'm saying, might have been inappropriate with him, you know what I'm saying, her little one. And so, due to that, Blueface is like, don't leave him with nobody that you just met for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? That's what he keeps telling her. He been stressing. They don't work for you. And you don't know them like that, you know? Which is kind of crazy too. You know what I'm saying? It leads me to my next. Hit the like button, y'all. Leads me to my next point. And so then he gets upset and he like, so you couldn't even take your own baby to school. You up riding around with number one. You know what I'm saying? And she like, I didn't ride with him. He took him. He offered to take him. You don't think I'm not gonna take the offer? Blueface is like, he's upset. You know what I'm saying? He's upset. He clowning her. He upset. No, he just telling her, you just don't get it. You know, you just don't get it. He like, I'm just gonna have to take your home girl and her baby, drive them to school so you can get it. You know what I'm saying? So you can really see, you know what I'm saying, where I'm coming from. You got a stranger taking your kid to school. You don't get it. You're a weirdo. That's what he basically is telling her. And so then he asked Bodine, and Bodine was like, yeah, she asked me, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like if you listen to Bodine, though, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all know me, I pay attention to everything. If you listen to Bodine kind of said, he kind of told on himself. He did. Okay, I'm going to tell you how. Because basically he said I think I could have sworn I heard him say, like, I was up early. Like, I got up early, in other words. You know what I'm saying? I was up to make sure Superior got to school. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say it like that, but he said it in so many words, because I did. I heard him say something about he got up early, or it was the way he phrased it. And so, but he made it seem like she asked me. So I was like, yeah, it's nothing. I'll take them. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I feel like Blueface is like, You know, I think, you know what I'm saying? And somebody said that he's like paranoid. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know that his first kid's mother, okay, Jaden Alexis, it came to find out that she was messing with one of Blueface, somebody that worked for him, his manager or whatever he was to Blueface. You know what I'm saying? So, they think that he's a little paranoid. It is what it is, and a lot of, I mean, listen, a lot of people think that Bodine, okay, which is number one, they think that he likes Nevaeh. I don't know why they think that. I will say this though. He he do like her. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if it's like her, like her, or he just thinks she cool. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, number three like Krishan. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Number three, and I don't know if he like her. I don't think he like her, but he thinks she cool. You know what I'm saying? And he's fond of Krishan, and everybody knows that. So when three is around Krishan, he caters to Krishan. Okay, like that's her dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's her dude. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like, she liked three too. You could tell. Cause shit, when she was squabbling, she said she called three. And he even said, I don't know what she was calling me for. She had it under control. She said, I just wanted somebody to be there. You know what I'm saying? She didn't call Blueface. She called three. I don't know where Blueface was, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they all got their picks. And mind you, no, number one don't like Krishan. You know what I'm saying? So, but he likes Nevaeh. He to me, he team Nevaeh. Everybody got the people that they like, you know. It is what it is. But I don't know if he like her. But people be saying that he like her. And I'm just gonna say, you know what I'm saying? I definitely think that Blueface is like paying attention to them. It just is what it is. I think he paying attention to them now. You know, okay. Truth is, and like I said, so I could tell, right, that Bodine was trying to put it on Nevaeh, though. You know what I'm saying? I could tell. They was kind of trying to put it on each other, but I could tell Bodine was trying to put it on Nevaeh. And honestly, if I had to like say who was telling the truth, I think it was Nevaeh. I think he offered to take her baby to school. You know what I'm saying? Because if you listen to what he said something to the tune of like, I was up early. You know what I'm saying? I was up early to make sure on the cool that he got to school. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard you going off on her yesterday, and I wanted to make sure he got to school today. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe he gave. But he just said, she asked me. You know what I'm saying? Almost like, I don't want to get in trouble for offering it, you know? But yeah, Blueface, I definitely think he offered it. Yeah, but it don't stop there. It don't even stop there. Cause then Blueface takes it a step further. Okay, he takes it a step further. He, you know what I'm saying? He wants to. He ain't done. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, he ain't done. You know what I'm saying? So he still, you know what I'm saying, on the head about it. He like, So he's still questioning her, and he like, do you know him? Do you know him? Like, what's his name? And she said it. You know what I'm saying? She was like, well, according to the mail, his name is, you know what I'm saying? She said his name. So what's his last name? His last name. He said, what's his middle name? She said, I don't know his middle name. You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, how old is he? You know what I'm saying? And to me, he asking different questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nevaeh better be, she better be careful, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, he was really trying to see how much she know about him. um, he wording it like you just, you know what I'm saying, you just real comfortable. Because he said, so if you had to give a police report, you don't really even know that much information about him like that. But to me, you know what I'm saying, they was kind of trick questions, because had she would have known too much, okay, and in other words, was everything she know about number one, she better know about number two and number three, baby, because yeah, like, I don't think, you know, like, I'm not insinuating nothing about her and Bodine, but what I am saying is, I feel like Blueface is finna be, like, tuned in now. Yeah, like a piano. I just feel like he's finna be paying attention to stuff that he never paid attention to before. Now, after the Jaden thing, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Now, I take it a step further, child. You know, I just feel like at some point you have to grow up, and at some point, like, when do you feel like, because, you know, I know most people don't want extra people around a house. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And he got 3 people, like the 3 extra people. You know, so I don't know. You know, I just feel like, uh, uh, you know, given everything that has transpired recently with his, you know, ex and ex manager and all of that, right? I just feel like he, you know, he might want to pay attention to what he got going on, you know what I'm saying, moving forward. Child, it just is what it is, you know. He might want to reevaluate his living situation. It is what it is. Got all the men living with him. You know, you got all the men living with you, with your woman and the kids. You know, so when people be saying he probably be trying to, you know, I don't know, separate the two, he probably do. You know, and he probably just now start feeling like that too. You know, it is what it is. But yeah. And he was saying just recently that he might leave her in that house. Everybody keeps saying it's in foreclosure, it's in foreclosure, it's in foreclosure. You know, so I don't know. Don't don't really know how to feel about that one. I guess that's some, you know, it is what it is. We could speculate all day long, or we could just be like, we'll have to wait and see. Remember, like how when these, remember, that's how I be handling when we be thinking people pregnant. I was like, man, they either gonna do one or two things: pop out with a baby in 9 months, or hide the baby forever. Which one you think they be doing? Child, it just is what it is. This type of situation, we just gonna have to wait and see. Okay, period. Like, it is what it is. And like Jaden said, like, where's the new house? And you know, Blueface is dragging it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He is dragging um I would say like the anticipation of the new house. You know what I'm saying? The new house, the new house, the new house, baby. Because you know, he got everybody talking about the new house. Hell, even Carlissa talking about the new house. Didn't Carlissa say her name is on the new house? It's like, it's a lot. Krishan say she going to the new house. Nevaeh say she going to the new house. Um, and again, you know, it's a lot. Try anyway. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all scoot up, get comfortable, and hit the damn like. It's your girl Shay Renee, and I'm in the building. So shout out to that. But like, yes. Uh, uh, say, I couldn't wait to talk to y'all about that Nevaeh and you know, Bodine situation, child. I could not wait. That's crazy. Um, but like it is what it is. At the end of the day, she was just like, okay, I'll take them. I'll take them myself now. Now I will say this though. Um, Nevaeh asked Blueface why he couldn't take him. And he was like, you know, if you wake me up, you know what I'm saying, you ain't even trying to wake me up, so you don't know if I would or not. But she had a point, you know, a damn point, because like he be acting like this his first baby too. All he know is he hungry and the house still need to be clean. Like, no, no, Mr. Blueface. Let me tell ya. Let me tell you. When you have a kid, okay, you supposed to step up. You supposed to step the hell up. Period. Alright? Like, you know, one thing that I can say about being pregnant, you know, pregnant people just people treat pregnant women like, oh my gosh, it's a pregnant woman. Help her. You know what I'm saying? Like they do. It's just they do. It is what it is. Um, and to me though, also though, you know who else gets treated like that? New mothers. You know what I'm saying? Brand new mothers. You know what I'm saying? Because people could tell a brand new baby. You know what I'm saying? And people know a brand new mom. You see? How the fuck she still walking around with that new car smell and he don't know? You did. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, she's a brand new mother. Okay, and most of the time, brand new moms are supposed to be catered to. That means everything that mom normally does, dad is on. Like he own it. It is what it is. Like no questions asked. Like, you know, that's why it's important that your ass know how to make more than cereal. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, I will say this. Blueface, you know what I'm saying? He got in the kitchen just recently and he cooked, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Child, you just never know. I mean, was he cooking? Yeah, I'll be on this stream. I don't know. I did see some clips of him looking like he was, you know, but people be doing that. Child. And then jump right back. You know, because Bodine, okay, is older. So, I don't know. I would just assume that maybe he can um throw down. You know, it is what it is. Uh, and like, yeah, like they do. They be getting on the grill and stuff like that. So, child, it is what it is. But, you know, I guess. And so, that's what you're supposed to be doing all the time, though, Blueface. Not just, you know, it is what it is. At least for the first 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Because he keep asking. Like, he wants a time frame. And I would say, you know what I'm saying? It always depends, though. You know what I'm saying? It always is going to depend on um it's to me, okay, personally, it's always going to depend on the woman and her lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know I don't really talk my business. I never talk my business, and I'm a real private person. But let me just tell y'all, with my first kid, uh, with my hubby, I was working. Um, and he wasn't. So, like, I didn't really have to do nothing that much, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say nothing. Cause like, yeah, I definitely was like pumping and stuff like that. So, but like he did mostly everything, you know, like at least for 4 months. You know what I'm saying? At least for the first 4 months. You know. And I won't say everything, but he did a lot. You know, a lot. Yeah, I'll tell you like this, it was a lot of stuff that I didn't have to do. Okay? So shout out to that. Mind you, we got 3. You know what I'm saying? Um, Together, biologically. 3, but all together we got 4. But yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I know a thing or two. Okay? And I just know how a single, child, I rebuke that. I just know how brand new, you know what I'm saying, mother, well, not a brand new mother, but shit, the mother of a newborn baby. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be treated. It is what it is, you know. And like, you know, shoot, and that's another thing I was gonna say. Like pregnant women, when you pregnant, people be kind of treating you like you handicapped a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Let's talk about it. Like they do. They kind of do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they kind of cater to pregnant women, and I just feel like that shouldn't stop. That should carry on until, you know what I'm saying, when she comes home with the baby, because Blueface. Let's talk about it. Because she's juggling a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, shit. She just had a baby, okay? So there are things in her body going on that will feel new, okay? It is what it is, because when you have a baby, first of all, when you pregnant, your body be like, it's different. It's different because it knows that you have a baby inside of you, okay? So lots of things are different. So when you have a baby, it's hard to explain, but like you feel like a stranger to your body in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to explain, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like you get reintroduced to yourself again. You know? So you come home brand new as a motherfucker. Okay? And then you got this new person to have to look after, you know? And that's a lot. That is so much. And to me, that's all that she should have going on. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't have to be dealing with no work at home, no work outside of home, and none of the above. You know what I'm saying? Like none of the above. That's the woman's time to literally walk around how she want to. You know what I'm saying? A moo house shoes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Something cute on, something sexy. You know what I'm saying? Your little cute pajamas, your not so cute pajamas, your hair all over your head, and your hair put together on your head. However in the fuck you feel. Okay? Like, that is the time for a woman to be catered to. Okay? It just is what it is. Her and her baby. That's why when a lot of women give birth, somebody is usually there. Okay? It just is what it is. Somebody is usually there. Why do you think you see a lot of women's mother either comes over and helps with the baby, or sometimes women will go to their mama house, you know what I'm saying? Um, or sometimes, dad'll just do it. Between dad and mom, they feel like, you know what? This a hell of a team right here. We got it, mama. You know what I'm saying? We got it. You good. Some mamas don't even, have to. Because, it is what it is. It ain't necessary. It don't be seeming like. But somebody be having to step up and help that brand new mother, and sometimes they don't even come help with the baby. Sometimes they'll just, hey, I'll go pick Superior up from school. You know what I'm saying? I'll take him to school, and what time do he get out? Because I'll pick him up too. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just offer to help you any way they can. Sometimes people will just, hey, I made a pot of spaghetti and some garlic bread, and chocolate cake. It's just, they help a new mom when they can, how they can. Aunties, uncles, people just step up, and that's when they supposed to show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? Blueface. Truth is, I don't know how you got all these babies and you don't really know that like that. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because you know, it's really still new to him, if you ask me, because the first baby mama, I don't know what it is with her and her mama, but I don't think her and her mama is that close. So he evidently, okay, he didn't see her mama do that. I don't know if his mama did it, but he act like it's all new to him, and I know it is because it's either that or his marketing, like his mama called it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the two, but he act like he don't know no better, child. And it's really sad to see, you know what I'm saying? It is. It's really sad to see because, and it is, it's a mess. Because I even be seeing people in the comments that it be agreeing with that foolery. And it's just crazy. Like, her baby ain't even 2 weeks yet. Like, what? No. Like, the house should have been deep clean. That's what you do right before the baby come. The house should have been deep cleaned. he should have been making arrangements. You know, like when they had their baby. Okay, they had their baby like on the 18th, I think. Yeah. This our favorite show right now. It is what it is. Yeah, okay, so I believe the baby was born on the 18th. Alright. So the week of the 18th and the next week and the next week, we gonna have to be figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever she say she could do, she could do. You know? But like, man, he been on that girl head like he don't get it and he really don't understand. You know, like her baby was probably 3 days old and he bitch. You know, she gotta be every other in the book. Okay, you know, because him and 1, 2, and 3 ain't got no food. They hungry. Girl, let me tell you something. And then he was talking about stock up. You know what I'm saying? He was saying that though. He was telling her like, stock up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of running out of stuff, basically. Child, she should have stocked up on so much ube, rumen, and ramen, and baby. You know what I'm saying? Child, be a different spread every goddamn night. What we doing? You know, like, he's crazy. Like, this man, child, ain't, you know, he just ain't that much of a man at all. You know, you can tell he just has now I don't want to, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but for real, you know what I'm saying? The truth is, well, I won't say that, but let me just say this. He has a lot of growing to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it. A lot of growing and maturing to do. And maybe it can be marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like his mama said, child, truth is. I just hope and pray it's marketing, honestly, because other than that, I would hate to think that he has his mama, his daddy, the 3 that live with him, her. Who else? Who's I missing? Did I say okay? The 3 that live with him. Okay. Whack. His woman talking about she the godmama. And his house. You mean to tell me he got all these people around and ain't nobody tell him the way it's supposed to go? Yeah, he just might be that marketing genius that his mama say he is, child. Cause I just find it hard to believe, you know, that ain't nobody, you know, stepping up and telling them. I mean, nobody in my trim voice ain't told this boy shit how to be a man yet. Cause that's crazy, you know. It is what it is. That's crazy. Like, listen, the only thing while he was sitting up there trying to get that baby his chest, playing around with his chest and shit, that's the only thing that the mama is supposed to be able to do that you don't know how to do. You know? Yeah, now let's talk about it. See, Blueface is seemingly, I could be wrong, but what he is showing so far is he seems like one of those dads that's like the woman is supposed to take care of the kid. You know? And yeah, no, you know. I listen, to each his own, but personally I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be. You know, and maybe that's just because I have kids myself, you know. And I have kids who probably, possibly will one day have kids, right? And I just wouldn't want them thinking that, at all. Because, personally, I think that, I think that when any parent is left alone with their child, it's not supposed to be like a science project. You lost. You don't know what the fuck to do. Like I don't think that's the way it's supposed to go. That's crazy. I think it's important, extremely important. Because you got a lot of it's a lot of parents. You got a lot of parents who, oh, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like how the game said, I don't change diapers. What? Are you kidding me? And y'all seen how his baby mom was sitting up there looking. She was sitting up there looking like she just regretted every, like she just wished she would have chose somebody different. They didn't think like that. But it is what it is. But I just think that I don't think that's a good thing. I don't. That's just personally, that's how I feel about it. So, yeah, it's like get acquainted. Get acquainted with fatherhood. And just to me, say personally, he need to get more acquainted with his role. He's so busy worried about Nevaeh, and making sure she get it right, and rightfully so. It is what it is. That's the person that he's with, and he is seemingly still filling her out, which is sad as hell. Cause it's a baby involved. Yeah, he should. Yeah. Let's talk about it. They should did all of that, before the baby came. But it is what it is. But he's seemingly still trying to get to know her, and it is what it is. But I just gotta say, don't forget your role. So busy reminding her of what hers is every other day, cause you got stuff that you could be doing too. You know what I'm saying? Shit. As a father, okay. And honestly, that's outside of streaming too. It is what it is. It's outside of streaming, for real. You want people to respect you and what you do. You gotta give them something to respect. It just is what it is. So yeah. But shout out to that, and shout out to Blueface and his boo. Okay, Nevaeh. I feel like they gonna get it together. They just weirdly. I mean, not weirdly though. They're just two strangers who had a baby. Shit, and now they trying to figure it out. It is what it is. We watching a new couple get together in real time, and honestly, hold on, y'all. It reminds me of, you know what it reminds, and it's not funny. It's not funny at all. And I really hate to say it too. Yeah. Let's talk. I definitely hate to say this because, you know, like no. um, I haven't had a relationship like Blueface's, but I will just say it reminds me of my younger years and being in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, of course my stuff was different. You know what I'm saying? But anybody that has been in, you know, a toxic relationship, so to speak, before, you know, they know that, like, you know, in the beginning, ooh, child. Well, listen, this is how I feel about it. You want the truth? You want the truth? You got to be able to handle it over here with me. So shout out to that. And let me just say this too for educational purposes, because I know, you know, that like, hit the like button too, y'all. Scoot up. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all support the channel, okay? You gotta support. That's how you do it. Hit the damn like. It's your girl Shayra Day, and I'm in the building. I got something to say. Now listen, because I know, you know, like, I know my audience is like different ages. Like, we all different ages. So shout out to that. Kind of like wine. And liquor. But anyway. Damn it, what was I telling y'all? Oh. Okay, yeah, there it is. So this is how I feel about relationships. Okay. And yes, I could be wrong, but this is how I feel. Or should I say, like, yeah, this is what I think. I think this is how relationships go. So I think when people first meet, right, they are googly eyed, okay? They are lovey dovey, okay, when they first meet. You know what I'm saying? It's all good in that stage. You know, basically can't nobody do nothing wrong. That's that sitting in the tree stage, okay? And I'm trying to think of what I be saying. I forgot what I be saying, but it's a stage that I call it. But anyway, that's the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's that. You're the one for me. Hey. Why they wanted somebody? That's that one, you're the one for me stage. When I think about it, they always wanted somebody, man, in them SWV girls. Anyway. Clown. Clowns, I tell you. But anyway. So listen to this thought. So in the beginning, right, it's the lovey-dovey phase, the googly eye. You know what I'm saying? Can't do no wrong. That's that phase, okay? And then you go from that to in the middle. You got a beginning, and then you got a middle, okay? And the middle of that thing is where, you know, you got to hold on. You know, yeah, you got to be careful what you do to me. That's that stage, that's the stage where it get a little rocky, in my personal opinion, because to me, that's the stage where you're learning each other. You like, well, I didn't know you be doing this, and I didn't know you be doing that, and I didn't know you still be talking to this person, and I didn't know you still be talking to that, and just like I said, you feeling them out. Just like I said, Blueface is feeling that girl out. It is what it is. That is the stage that you don't make no babies. For real. Truth is, you don't make them in the beginning or in that rocky stage, okay, in the middle. And then I feel like after that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like then comes the stage. Okay, so after the middle, okay, which we're gonna call it the rocky part of the rocky stage of the relationship. Then you get into the like kind of like cruising. You know what I'm saying? The cruise control stage. That's after you if huge big old if, baby, because I'm saying like this. Truth is, a lot of people don't last through the rocky stage. Okay, it is what it is. Shit get that's when shit get real, and a lot of people don't make it. It is what it is. A lot of people be like, oh, yeah, nah, this ain't that. Or I thought something different, or I want something different, or, I want out, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's God say? Because, bitch, I hated home. That's not funny. But, that's that, that's the, I feel like that's personally, I feel like that's it's a stage in a relationship. I'm telling y'all how I feel about relationships and how they go. And then you get to the stage where you begin to cruise. You know what I'm saying? You done got over the gravel and the hard part, and like now y'all know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you like, you know what I like, and now we doing what each other like. You see? Okay. And so, like, yeah, that I feel like the song we say, when we gonna get to the good part, that's the good part. So shout out to that. And honestly, if you stay together, that's just where y'all are. Now, I will say this. Personally, I think that the good part will have a little rockiness, but it's nothing like the rocky stage, okay? It is what it is. The good part is just the good part. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, that's what it is forever. And personally, that's how I feel like relationships last. I mean, I feel like that's how relationships work, okay? That's just what I feel about it, okay? So, yeah. Now, are there certain time frames to all of that? Yeah, I'm sure it is, and I'm sure it's different for everybody. So I can't call that at all. But y'all heard what I said, okay? I feel like relationships have 3 stages, and if you can make it past the first 2, y'all, y'all gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like that's your person. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can't say if that's going to be your person forever, but, like, yeah, y'all going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, to me, are kind of made for each other, so to speak, because it just is what it is. The rocky stage of the relationship is when, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you really learning the person. Like, everything there is to know. You know, and that's when a lot of people tap out. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. A lot of people find out shit that they didn't know and be like, yeah, no. Like the daddy on Friday. You want some of this so bad? No. Oh shit, they be like the daddy on Friday. They out of there, okay? It just is what it is. And so like, yeah. Child, when it comes to Blueface them, um, they are definitely, I would say they either in the beginning, no. They ain't in the beginning no more. They in the rocky stage. You know what I'm saying? They feeling each other out now. They passed the Goo Goo Gaga stage. See, the Goo Goo, and I was finna say, I don't even know if they ever had a Goo Goo Gaga stage, but they did. They had one. Because Blueface was telling her just recently, like, you ain't never had nobody that looked at you the way I look at you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never had nobody that was like, oh, okay, yeah. I want to see what this, you know what I'm saying? I want to be with you. I want you to come stay with me. I want to, you know, do this and that for you. You know, that's what he said. And so with that being said, that was his Goo Goo Gaga stage right there. That's what I be calling it. I could not think of it. I said the googly eyed. Goo Goo Gaga. That Google Gaga stage to get you out up. Yeah, the truth is, it's the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, I can recall telling my friend, they in the beginning stages. It's always good in the beginning. It is. You know what I'm saying? The beginning stage is where you be like, when you be talking to somebody all night, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. Ooh, I'm gonna be so tired in the morning. You know, like, it is what it is. Shout out to that. Yeah. Child, he out of that. They out of the Goo Goo Gaga stage. The Goo Goo Gaga stage is where he was like, okay, yeah. I like you enough. Come on, move in. You know. So, it is what it is for now, child. They in the rocky part, you know, and unfortunately for Nevaeh, the rocky part get real rocky. Child. Apparently. And allegedly with Blueface. Now I'm gonna say this before I get out of here. I got a couple of tips for the man. I don't know if she gonna take them or not, but we got a couple of tips for her. Cause people be saying, y'all be saying she got a plan. I don't think she do. I don't think she got no plan either. I think right now the plan is to just, you know, be with Blueface, you know? It is what it is. She in a new relationship, and I think that's her plan. Now, do I be thinking she be like thinking like, what would I do if we not together no more? Yeah, I think she has started thinking about that, but I don't think she's planning nothing yet. There's a difference. Now, what did I want to tell Nevaeh? Shit, I want to say, like, I kind of agree with Krishan. Like Krishan said, she start, you know, just play dumb, you know. And I definitely think she done started doing that. But I would tell her don't be matching Blueface energy. All of that B talk and H talk, you know, it is what it is. I know she thinks it makes her feel better, and it probably does. Truth is, it probably does. But I don't know. If I was her, I don't know if I would indulge in it or give that the energy. You know what I'm saying? like that. And I'll take it a step further. She really shouldn't give Blueface that much energy. You know, it is what it is. Especially while you know, like he trying to embarrass her and talk all crazy and stuff like that. You know, I feel like less is more for her in her situation. The less she says, the better. I feel like, cause I feel like eventually he gonna shut up, and all of that will also end up running its course. You know, especially if she ain't finna leave and go nowhere. You know. Uh, I definitely think that they do be talking. You know, I do. And I think that, she's starting to, like, try to speak up for herself and stuff like that. Because I know just recently it seemed like she was trying to tell him that he said he was going to quit, calling her out her name online and stuff like that. So, I think she's trying to start speaking up for herself and stuff like that. So shout out to that and shout out to her. But like if I was her child, I'd be straight, I'd be straight in acting mode. It just is what it is. He wouldn't know who the hell he was dealing with. Truth is, you know what I'm saying? When the cameras come on, yeah, so would me too, in character. I'd be in character like a motherfucker. The truth is, See, yeah. And the crazy part is, though, I wouldn't tell his ass shit. I wouldn't tell him. I would not tell him. It is what it is. I figured something out too. Figure out whatever character it is I want to be, baby, and bring it to life every single time. Truth is every single time. And also too, I be on my own stream too. Nevaeh should start streaming. She should definitely have her own thing going. Okay, but it just is what it is. But last but least, like I said before I get out of here, I would definitely start to control the narrative a little more. I mean, it's my own narrative a little more when I'm on his stream. You know what I'm saying? If I was Nevaeh, it just is what it is, especially, okay? I mean, why not? And I mean, especially, okay, when you have children involved, See, that's what Blueface failed to realize. I don't know how he be getting away with all of that. All of that. But like, it's not good. It's not good. And it ain't cute. You know what I'm saying? And at least, if nothing else, she could be like, it's scripted. You know what I'm saying? It's not real, Versus, in a world of trouble, her trying to explain this, that, and the third because he want to make $1. Oh. And bird feed you. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So she definitely needs to, she needs to have a talk with Blueface. It is what it is. Like, which, good luck with that. Because Blueface is always kind of like, just say what he want to say. You know what I'm saying? He always have. He ain't never, he not the type of person that be like whispering like that. He don't to me like that. And let me tell y'all this talk too, though, before I get out of here. Damn, I keep thinking of different stuff. So people keep saying that they think Nevaeh be every day. All the time. Child, that's what the word on the curb. Y'all hit the light. Child, they say that. And you know, truth is, I ain't gonna lie. I think she do. Okay, it is what it is. I think she do. And that's another thing. I think that shit just like this shit is, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Everything was alright and then it wasn't type ish, you know, like the van. Girl. Please stop. Okay. Yeah, now truth is. I'm just saying, you know, because like listen, I done did a lot of living before, okay? And I've experienced enough and I didn't seen enough. To the point where I definitely get the vibe that, you know, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, she might be doing a little something, you know. And I'm like, me personally, I'm just keeping my eyes on the baby. Okay, it is what it is because I know that newborns sleep a lot, but he be sleep. You know what I'm saying? He be sleep. So like, yeah, I'm just paying attention. It is what it is. Cause at the end of the day, though, you know, whatever she doing could be making him more sleepy than normal, I would say. You know, it just is what it is. But, child, I had enough kids. Trust me, I know. You know what I'm saying? That they do sleep a lot. But they do be up too, though. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me see. I guess they sleep and then they only wake up to eat. He is still really, 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 really brand new. But still, though, you know what I'm saying? Whatever she's doing could be affecting him. Child, and that's just that, you know? But it's not her first baby, you know, so, you know. I'm sure she knows about I'm sure she knows about pumping and dumping, you know, and all of that, right? All of that good stuff. But I'm gonna tell you like this: the way that she was knocked out just recently, and head tossed all back and shit. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know. Shit might be in her milk a little bit. Yeah, you know. And hey, you know, again, this is not her first baby. And according to a lot of people on the internet, she's, you know, she said, you know what I'm saying, that like, she might have insinuated allegedly that, you know, um, you know, kind of like, because I can remember when I can recall being pregnant where I can recall having conversations with the doctor about if you can have wine, if you can breastfeed and have wine, and the type of stuff that they tell you to do and stuff. So anyway, according to, you know, people online, the internet, that's what we'll call them today, commenters, it is what it is, that she has insinuated before that like she breastfed her first baby, you know, safely. Okay, I just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? So almost like this isn't her first rodeo, you know. So yeah, that's that. But that's another thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, listen. Yeah. You know, like, you know, it just is what it is. Personally, it's like, girl, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's like, you know the camera's rolling, right? You know the camera is rolling, so you know, it's like, oh, yeah, no, you might not want to do that, you know? You might not want to do that. Okay, it is what it is. Online. Child, with the cameras rolling, you know, but hey, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when Blueface was saying, like, one time she was telling him that she didn't like something that had happened. She was watching a clip of them, and she said she didn't like what she saw. And he was like, well, you know, that's kind of a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you will, you know, kind of like learn from what you're seeing, you know, and the behavior that you're exemplifying online. It just is what it is. So, you know, it is what it is. Cause I will say this though, when you go from doing nothing and then you go to doing a little something, child. You be fucked up, like Webby said. I'm in the club. Fucked up. I got my people with me. Ah, listen. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know, it just is what it is. Like, it's like being pregnant for 9 months, you know what I'm saying? And then like going out and having a drink, like that first drink is gonna slide you, like it's gonna do you in, you know? Like you are literally going to have to, and you probably gonna be like, man, you know, like I'm used to having 3 drinks before I start feeling like this, you know, but it's gonna take time for your body to get there again. You know what I'm saying? Build that type of uh tolerance up. You know what I'm saying? So child, I'm just gonna say, one of them days, child, like Monica said, she was looking like, what in the hell I done got myself into? She definitely looked like she was on a different galaxy, okay? Baby, she looked like she was on a whole nother damn planet. She looked like she was over there with, what's the people called? Child, what is the people called? It got, is it Third Rock? I think it was called Third Rock. Child with what's his name? The funny one. It's 2 funny ones on there. Oh my God. I cannot think of that man's name. He is funny. Oh, he's funny. Child, oh well, must not be bit. Must not be meant to be. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Say, could stay on here with y'all for 20 more minutes. That's a long time. Yeah. Let me see. 20 more minutes. Yeah, now I'm gonna dip. Come on, let's dip, baby, dip. Come on, let's dip, baby, dip. God get it. But anyway, y'all, it's your girl Shay. I came, I saw, I conquered, baby. And get what? I hope y'all pulled up and talked that talk with me. Yeah, I'm so glad y'all did. Baby, I had a funky good time. And I always do. Now I'm finna get up off here so I can have a piece of a day. You know what I'm saying? To myself, y'all. I said, yes, y'all. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button when you see this, when you hear this. Uh, and I will see y'all on next video. Turn up. Hey, it's supposed to. Y'all make sure y'all tell Diddy that I'm holding down the police, okay? While they got him locked up. Not that they put Diddy in a jail called Fort Diggs. Fort Diggs? That's crazy. But anyway, shout out to all of that. Yeah, just all of that. I'll see y'all on my next video. Bye, y'all. This